Oh, I'm so nervous, y'all. So I wrote y'all a love letter, okay? I'm so nervous to share this with you. But I feel like you have to hear it, you know? I was sitting here looking out the window and just feeling the sun and I wanted to write y'all a love letter. A lot of y'all are struggling right now. So with Easter being tomorrow, Resurrection Day, I feel like let me share my love letter. The day has come, not marked by earthly calendars alone, but by cosmic decree. A return written in the flames of stars, in the light of light. This is the day balance returns. We often call it wrath when God corrects us. We label it vengeance when truth strips us of the lives we've clothed ourselves in. But it is not wrath, it is mercy. Divine law reasserting itself after eons of being ignored. The one who call God cruel are those who hate correction, who have turned away from soul after soul, life after life, who offered grace, they were offered grace and chose greed, who were forgiven and still chose destruction, who silenced the voice of the soul to chase houses, careers, lust, trauma, envy, and endless distractions, not because they were lost, but because they refused to be found. This is the consequence of forgetting the sacred, of slaughtering the feminine to exalt a hollow masculine, one that became codependent, materialistic, brittle in its need to dominate what it could not understand. They taught men to hate women so deeply that even their own divinity was severed. And women, in turn, learned to hate the masculine, not because of its true nature, but because of the distorted expression. So the sacred pair fell. Creation itself fractured. Destruction of creation. First law broken. But now the all moves, a flare not just of the sun, but of divine re-encoding. A reminder sent not in punishment, but in power. Solar flares, resurrection day, planetary alignment, divine correction. This is not just Earth's reckoning. This is existence's reset. Today, divine law is encoded into the genetics of all true creations of Source. It can never be altered again. This is the day of remembrance. This is the day of remembrance. The day ego death becomes resurrection. The day souls either bow or break. Not to a punishing God. Not to a punishing God. Not to a punishing God, but to their own soul, asking forgiveness, daring to touch the truth of who they've been and who they were meant to become. You can still choose peace. You must choose it over comfort. You can still be made new, but you must die to what is false. You can still walk with God, but you must bow first to truth. Because balance has returned and nothing can stop what the all has set in motion. Nothing can stop what God has set in motion. All right, I am gone. You guys have a choice. Bye. Every head shall bow, every tongue shall confess. It's today. Today's the day. Can't run from yourself. So good luck. This is the opportunity. If you see this video, this is your opportunity to just do better, to confess your tongue, to forgive yourself, to admit your wrongdoing or whatever it is. Just do it. Just get over yourself and do it. Holding on to something that happened in the past, who you used to be, all this other stuff, let it go. Let it go. You want to start over? Then just do it. Listen to the video before this. So I'm in here crying a little bit, right? Because every ancestor, every life, every existence that has been tied to my existence have been betting on me since their existence. You understand? For me, I'm a Taurus sun, and The guy I'm dating is a Libra moon, and 420, which is what I am calling our resurrection. We're all calling it our resurrection day, but I'm calling it resurrection day for a different reason, because it's the day of the awakening. It is the day of reckoning. It is the day that Taurus meets the sun and Libra meets the moon, the divine balance. This is God. This is God, and I am blessed to be here. My ancestors did their big one. Everyone sacrificed. Everyone who ever had to run so I could walk. Everyone who had to run so that I could walk. They were betting on me so heavily. They were betting on me so heavily because they knew I was going to get here. Like they knew I was going to be able to be the one to wake us all up. They knew it. They knew I would be the legacy corrector. So everybody bet on me, so much so it was encoded in the genetics. And my dad, when we were kids, my dad had a gambling problem. And it's interesting because that made us lose so much. We lost so much behind that bet. I lost my childhood home. Like my life was snatched from underneath me when I was 12 years old. 12 is the divine number. When I was 12 years old, my life was snatched from underneath me. And then right after that, my dad left. So I had to, sorry you guys, but it was a sacrifice, because even my father's generation was willing to gamble, even when he saw it breaking us, because he knew who I was destined to be. And it's encoded in the genetics. It's encoded in the genetics that you must bet on me. And you have to be willing to make a sacrifice. And so he sacrificed time with me so that I could be this for everyone. My mother sacrificed her dignity so that I could get here. Sometimes we see our traumas as such a bad thing, when in fact, it's divine balance. True love means sacrifice. And when you're betting on something big and magnificent, you have to sacrifice big. It's an energy exchange. And they taught so many people to hate themselves, when most of the time your people were betting on you, being prepared for this day, having enough pain to force you to autocorrect and have faith. They knew that you would have enough faith to just step out on faith, no matter how bad and how big the trauma was that they created. They knew who you were before you did. And so they were willing to make the sacrifice. They were willing to be hated, to be missed, to be happy, to be whole. They were willing to sacrifice their comforts so that you could be the breaker of chains and the new world order. You are the beginning and the end. You are giving God the experience that God came here for. This is the Alpha and the Omega. As above, so below. This is the great cosmic balance. They were betting on me so much that they know that every future generation, for the existence of everything, will be in perfect harmony. This is the land of milk and honey. This is heaven on earth. This is the literal activating agent to heaven on earth. You better get right. You don't even got to be perfect to come. You just got to be honest, and not with anybody in the world but yourself. You keep lying to yourself, that's not going to work, baby. You cannot. You got to face your shit. But when you do, that's how God knows that you really trust God. That's how God knows that. Stop calling God he and she, and God is way too powerful to be classified as anything except everything. Okay. I'm gonna let y'all go. But what divine legacy? That's divine legacy. If your people went through this, and you know who I'm talking to, if your people went through this, if your people went through enslavement and detachment and trauma after trauma after trauma after trauma, those are the people that sacrifice the most. They lying to you, telling you that wealth is in the money. Wealth is in that. They sacrifice to get you right here. For this time, for this resurrection, they did everything. They wagered everything on you. On you. You sitting up here feeling sorry for yourself. If you don't get your shit together, many people, many lives sacrificed for you to be here right now. They were whipped, they were beaten, they were raped. Their legacy stolen from them. And they knew it was going to be stolen for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. They knew it, but they knew that God put a special something in you. That's why you're here right now. They were betting on you being here. Don't you give up. Don't you give up. I don't care what happened. I don't care what happened. You better let it go. Before you lay down tonight, you better say, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. You better say, I forgive me. You better say, this battle is not mine. You better ask God for forgiveness. This is repenting day. You better repent right now. And when you do, no matter what you believe, no matter what your faith is, I don't care. No matter what your religion is, don't care. I don't care if you tell me that you don't even believe in God. I'm trying to tell you, it doesn't matter what you believe in. You can feel it. Nobody has to convince you of anything. I'm not here to convince you of anything. You can feel it. So, you better release it. For real, you better release it. You better release that which no longer serves you. Stop lying to yourself. This is your chance. And if you don't get to come along with us, then you're going to stay where you are. And I just know that's hell. All right.